When you think of a Ford Mustang, I bet you think of this. So this is your standard run-of-the-mill 2010 Mustang convertible. However, there is a new kid on the block, and I want to talk about that today. So my wife and I recently decided that it's probably time to get a new car. So we need something that is a SUV, that's all-wheel drive, and that is a little bit exciting. So we thought maybe we should have a look at electric cars. Yes, Gears and Tech is possibly going to move into the field of electric car, renewable energy, blah, 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 and all of that. Not because I'm a bleeding heart environmentalist, but because I love acceleration. And you don't get much more acceleration than what the electric cars have to offer. So of course, I wanted to take the brand new Mustang Mach-E for a drive. Now, those of you who have looked at the Mach-E, maybe you've wondered, why are they calling this a Mustang? Well, personally, I think Ford is just trying to cash in on the Mustang name. It does have a lot of characteristics that are similar to a Mustang. However, it's really not a Mustang because, as we already discussed, this is what you think of when you think of a Mustang, not this. But either way, we wanted to check it out. So I went to my local dealership and I arranged for a test drive, and we are about to jump in for my first impressions of the Mustang Mach-E. Here we go. So this is my legit driving impression of a Mustang Mach-E. I've never, ever driven one of these before. I'm actually on a test drive right now because I'm thinking about buying an EV, and I don't know if this is the one for me or not, but the Mach-E was an interesting option. So this is my unsolicited impressions. So first of all, it's really quiet. It's an electric vehicle. It's got decent range, decent acceleration. Inside is, I think it's something you got to get used to because I feel like this is an all vegan interior. I don't know if it actually is, but just based on the materials, don't feel like leather. They feel like man-made leather. And it kind of looks like I'm driving into a Bose stereo speaker thing, because it's just got like this speaker grill everywhere. It is obviously silent. Lots of features and options that you would expect on pretty much any electric vehicle or regular vehicle for that matter. I have not tried the acceleration yet, so I'm going to go to a back road here where it's going to be a little bit quieter, hopefully, and we're going to try to do an acceleration run so we can see what this thing actually is capable of. I think it's rated in like the 4-second 0 to 60, 3.7, 4 seconds. So fastest car I've ever been in. Ooh. Oh, does this have the adaptive driving? Will it let me drive right off the road? No, it won't. Well, let me drive off the road the other way. I'm not touching it right now. So I don't have, oh, it's telling me keep hands on the steering wheel. But it realized I was wandering out of my lane, and it showed me that I was wandering out of my lane. and then it corrected me to go back into my lane. So here we're going to do an acceleration run. Are we ready? And I'm just gonna put my foot on the brake and go. It's got,
Okay, slow but free.
Slow down. Who the heck is calling me? So acceleration's all right. There's some initial G's for sure, but then it kind of backs off. So you can tell that they built this for a 0 to 60. The statistic that we want to know more about is not the 0 to 60 so much as the how fast does it go from like 60 to 80 or 60 to 100. In Canadian speeds, how fast can I be going like 100, 110 kilometers an hour on the highway? Need to pass somebody, step on the gas, pass them, and then pull back in to the slow lane. So that's the stat that I'm more interested in, especially since we drive a lot of highway. But I do like this lane assist thing. Like that's, watch, I'm not gonna touch it. It's gonna correct me, and then it's gonna freak out. It's gonna say, put your hands on the wheel. What happens if I don't? If I don't, then it'll still drive me. So I'll give you, here you can see what it's doing. See how it's correcting me there? So it's got the little orange there that says, hey, you're not on the road. Keep your hands on the steering wheel. And then it just keeps correcting me. So you can see I'm not touching the wheel at all. And it's just bouncing back and forth between the lane. Now, will it eventually give up? I don't know. But for now, it's not. Seems to favor the right side. If I go the other way, it'll do it as well. So if I wander into the orange line, there, it says, oh, yep, you're on the orange line, and then it corrects me, and then sends me back over, and then it'll start freaking out. Keep your hand on the wheel. And it's obviously got sensors in the wheel, so it knows when I'm doing it. So I'm going 80 kilometers an hour right now, and that's actually faster than I'm supposed to be going here. But it doesn't feel like 80. It feels slow. Like it feels like I'm going slow. That's a bad thing typically in a car, especially an EV. Man, those brakes are so touchy. So it does have regenerative braking, which means that as you hit the brakes, it will try to charge the batteries. And so it creates a weird sensation. You could almost probably get used to not touching the brakes and just letting it slow you down that way, because the regenerative braking has a braking effect naturally anyway, which will slow you down. So if you're trying to also brake, it creates a real heavy braking, and I could see passengers getting sick of driving like that. But otherwise, I'm curious how well these things will hold up. The seat is not leather, obviously it's vegan leather. It's got like a fake, I don't know what it's called, suede. It's got like a fake suede type feel to it, but it doesn't seem very thick. It seems quite thin, like it would wear out easily. So I guess it's a race to see what wears out first, your seat or the battery. Because batteries in EVs tend to only last 7 years before it's time to start looking at a replacement. And so it's got this giant iPad thing here, which I'm scared to touch it. But driver assistance, auto hold, okay, so that's on. Drive modes, ooh, were we in the wrong drive mode? They've got whisper, unbridled. I don't know what those do. Unbridled, let's try that.
Don't try that one. I'm driving with you.
That's the one we want. That one will go even faster. Ooh, a propulsion sound. We can turn that on. And then there's an info thing. Unbridled extend is for track use only. Provides performance driving experience. Okay, we're not going to use that right now, but I do want to hear what the propulsion sound sounds like. It's probably adjustable. That's bad. It's a very cheesy car engine sound. Hopefully that's like adjustable so you can make it sound like a spaceship taking off or something, but that was bad. All right, so we're gonna have to accelerate here to get in front of the car beside me, She's busy eating a grilled cheese sandwich, so it shouldn't be difficult. We'll see if in unbridled mode, if we can get the tires to squeal a little bit when I step on the gas. No, my wife is saying that we're not going to, so we're just gonna step on the gas most of the way and see what happens. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. 1. 1. Oh, lights chirped a little bit. So there we went from 0 to breaking the law in like half a second. That's pretty fast. The tires did squeal a little bit. Put it back into engaged mode. That's like eco-friendly. This is weird, trying to accelerate without hearing an engine, without feeling it have to downshift. Okay, so now, this is the highway test that I told you we were gonna try. So, we're gonna do 105. And then we're going to accelerate to pass this guy and see how easily it does that. So we're going, I'm going like 110. Well, this guy's not going slow enough for this test. All right, here we go. Pull out.
Okay.
Pull around.
Okay, no more.
Still accelerating. And pull back in.
I'm not test driving a car with you anymore.
Brakes on the highway, okay. That was engaged mode. So in unbridled, it would have been a little bit even better than that, probably. I'm not sure about this seat though, in typical Mustang style. Oh, because this, don't kid yourself, they do call this a Mustang. This seat is not the greatest. It feels like if you have wider hips than me, it's going to squish you a little bit. And my back's already starting to hurt, and I've only been driving this for 20 minutes now. But overall, I mean, the gas pedal's linear, that's nice. I'm gonna try and do this braking effectively. It's weird, the dash has like this blue thing on it in front of the car that looks like a piece of tape is stuck on the dash. But it's not a piece of tape, it's an indicator. If you get too close to the car in front of you, it'll turn orange. There, see now it's orange and it's saying, yeah, you're too close, and it goes red. But when it's normal, it's like, this is a piece of blue tape. It's just really dark and really thick. I thought that it was a piece of tape for the protective screen removal thing, but it's not. It's there all the time. That's kind of, it's just weird, is all. Now, as you just saw from the driving impressions, the Mustang is a pretty impressive vehicle to drive, but would I buy it? So as I said, we're looking for an SUV, we're looking for something that has good acceleration and gets all the benefits of an electric vehicle. So if you are looking for an electric vehicle, the Mustang Mach-E, I mean, it's okay. Now this is where my opinion comes in, so keep in mind that from here on out, this is strictly my opinion. I realize not everybody agrees with my opinion, and therefore you might have something that you think is different than what I'm about to say. Please feel free to post in the comments in a respectable way your thoughts on the Mach-E. For me, I am not sold on the whole vegan interior thing at this point. I understand that more and more auto manufacturers are going to get onto that kind of a kick, but I'm not ready for that yet. I still like my rawhide cow leather steering wheel, my cow leather seats. I like that. I am not looking at an electric vehicle because I want to save the planet. I'm looking at an electric vehicle because it seems like it would be a fun vehicle to drive, and it could be the next step in motorized transport. Yes, the Mustang has a lot, actually I'm not even gonna call it a Mustang, we'll just call it the Mach-E. Yes, the Mach-E has a lot of cool gadgets and toys and whatever. The lane assist is really awesome. I do like all of that. And that's one of the main reasons I'm looking at an electric vehicle. My wife drives a lot and I want to make sure she's as safe as possible. The lane assist seems like it would make her a safer driver. Just in case something weird happens, it will step in to protect her. But I just can't get over the fit and finish of the car. It does not feel like a $100,000 car. And up here in Canada, it is $100,000 for this car. The interior just feels cheap, and I'm concerned about the longevity. So a lot of people talk about electric cars and say, well, the battery is going to die after 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, whatever. I think the interior will die long before the battery will in these new electric cars. Think about your pleather couch. It doesn't hold up, especially up here in Canada where we have lots of hot and cold cycles. It gets cold in the winter and then hot in the summer. So we have these drastic temperature swings, which just take its toll on any interior. A fake leather interior is not gonna last. And I have a hard time justifying $100,000 on a car that's only gonna last maybe 10 years. So for me, the Mach-E is an awesome car to look at. It looks great. The styling is awesome. It does have cues that are reminiscent of a Mustang. It is not a Mustang. It is an SUV that they're trying to leverage the Mustang name. So unfortunately, the hunt continues for the right electric car for us. We have a few others that we're gonna look at. I will bring you along that journey with us. Don't forget to subscribe so you can come on that journey with us and maybe learn a few things about, other content along the way. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.